Hello everyone, welcome back to my stream. Tonight it will be a short one, unfortunately, because I'm kind of tired and I really want to go to sleep sooner rather than later. I'm continuing exploration in Elite Dangerous, so I'm going to dive right in. Alright, we are still on the icy moon I landed on yesterday night. If you're following from previous streams, you'll notice that I changed a few things here and there. I liked to have slightly different colors on my ship. I think it looks better, at least to me right now. So without further ado, I'm going to start exploring again. Go to a different part of the galaxy. So the route is still set, and since I'm kind of tired, I decided that I don't want to visit this second moon, even if it has other 5 biologicals. But you know what? I'll maybe write a note for me. There you go. So I can go back to it. All right. Whoops. And I almost forgot to turn off the anger because I don't need it. And I kind of want to turn down the sound because it's very loud. You know what? I will change it from here because it's always loud. Well, maybe I'll take it to halfway. Okay. And I'll raise it a bit for you. So, should be good. There. Much better. Otherwise it was kind of annoying. Better if I leave the night view mode, because otherwise I may crash somewhere. Let me see. Am I over the horizon? Yes. I should be good. So how's it going? I have kind of a long day, very busy day too. So that's why I'm that tired. You can probably tell. I hope you had an enjoyable day, even if you are watching this later on. So this is an undiscovered system, for sure. But unfortunately only 2 stars. That's all we have. And I can turn off my night vision. I decided to add some new pictures in the slideshow below the main screen, because I thought maybe you would appreciate some pictures of planetary bodies across the solar system. And I also had some of the screenshots I took from this game because there are, I think, some very nice views. And if you're curious about any of those pictures, I'll be happy to tell you what they are about. Okay, this looked like a new system as well, unless the planets are orbiting a distant star. Of course. This looks like potentially an Earth-like world. But I'll take it. Looks like it wasn't mapped, so at the very least I can map it. Let me see. Oh yeah. No, it's a water world. Okay. Thought I saw a tiny little bit of green. The typical green of an Earth-like world. It's a water world, alright. It looks like we have a gas giant. At least one, possibly more. Yeah, we have two. And we have the moons. I bet they're gonna be icy moons. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it? Yep. That's it. Another icy body. Nice. Another two biologicals on an icy body, which is the moon actually of another larger planet. What do we have? High metal content, which is the very first one. Kinda makes sense towards the inside of the planetary system. That's where the denser material, heavier elements tend to accumulate because all the lighter elements tend to be blown away, or at least all those elements that tend to make volatiles.
System scan complete.
There we go. Let's take a look. We should have yeah, a couple of these. Oh, I didn't realize these were... What? These are moons. That's cool. This has two biologicals. Honestly, not enough for me to land. This one has two geologicals. Nothing special, honestly. This one has polonium, but it's gonna be almost impossible to find. This one has antimony. What are these rings made of? Icy and rocky. Not really interested. Alright, I'll go to the water world. Because it hasn't been mapped. Only discovered. So I'm gonna get those monies. Didn't look what type of star this was. Was it a G-type? Maybe not a... maybe it's a K-type. Seem to remember it was kinda yellow. Oh, I also added a background here, which is the North Polar region of Mars, which I know pretty well because I spent many years studying it. In fact, I'm still studying it. It's one of my projects. There we go, 6 probes. So 1, 2, and 3. And it should be good. Change a thing here. There we go.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Perfect.
Surface scan complete.
I like when I am efficient. And I know it doesn't really matter as long as you use at most the efficiency target in terms of probes, but I like to be extra efficient because why not?
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go, next system. It's also a K star.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And this has been explored.
Fuel scooping.
But we may check it out anyway, depending on
Fuel scooping complete.
what's in it. Sometimes there is very interesting stuff, like a planet with a lot of biologicals, or there could be in a mapped special planet. Who knows? Alright, let me see. No special planets there. There were 15 bodies and looks like they have all been mapped. None of which have atmospheres, so I'm just gonna guess no biologicals. Okay, nothing too special. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Chemical goob. Thanks for stopping by. I am exploring around not too far from the bubble yet.
Frameshift drive charging.
But if you want a quick peek, I am right here. It's just a kind of quick tour in the neighborhood because I wanted to reach elite status in exploration, and I probably won't reach elite in Exobiology, but that is fine. That's not really a major objective of mine.
Fuel scooping.
So I'm here out exploring, checking out planetary bodies that have some interesting exobiology, map out any interesting worlds that have not been mapped before, hopefully discovering new ones. Although I'm still kind of close to the bubble, so probably not gonna find much that is not discovered yet. But who knows? Sometimes I get lucky. Let me see. Thank you, Goob's fine. All right. I'll call you Goobs then. And hey, that's great. I'm not elite in exploration either. I get space madness way too quick. What do you mean exactly by space madness? Like, what kind of madness do you get into? So as you can see, I'm already pioneer. I'm almost there actually. I'm probably very close. Like I bet that maybe if I already like sell my exploration data, I can get to elite, but I still want to go a little bit farther away. In any case, I was a little bit distracted here, but really? That's so close. This has to be the gas giant that is closest to a water world that I've ever seen. I wonder if this is... I've never seen one, but I saw that there was a class of giants that is water-based. It's a water giant. I've never seen one. I'm more of an active player. Exploration is hard for me because I have no patience. Oh, I see. You know what? I tend to get bored sometimes, but only really when I'm starting to find something that is kind of repetitive. For me, exploration is still exciting because, you know, look at that. First time I see a water giant. I've never found one before. I only saw that they existed, but I guess it's this one? Water giant. Worlds like this have large atmosphere made mainly of water vapor. It must likely form when a large icy body warmed up enough to evaporate a large amount of its surface ice. Not sure how scientifically accurate that might be. I don't know. This would in turn trigger a runaway greenhouse effect. Yes. Yeah, that happens. Leading to a very thick atmosphere made of the evaporated high seas. That kind of makes sense. The only problem I have with this is that usually if you have so much material to form such a large planet, usually that material just collapsing on a single planetary body would create so much heat that I'm not sure if there would be enough time for it to cool down enough to make an icy, fully icy body. I think by the time it forms, it's gonna already have a water vapor atmosphere. So there has to be already greenhouse effect. The only way I can see something like this forming would be if it formed very far away from the main star. And so it's so far away, so cold that the initial heat is then lost to space. And so it just cools down until it freezes out. And then via maybe gravitational interaction with these other large planets, high mass planets, maybe it's brought in. It's theorized to have happened in the solar system, so maybe. Not sure. Is 4K enough distance, you think? Yes. I mean, honestly, like, look at this. I showed it in a previous stream, but I'll be happy to show it anytime. I found this system. It's you know, it's a good light year or maybe more below the galaxy orbital plane, right? But I found it when coming back from a trip all the way down here. So I was going back to the bubble, not expecting to find anything. But I found this system, which to date is still the largest system I've ever found. It was completely undiscovered, well, almost completely undiscovered. Someone had mapped a couple of planets, not even mapped, discovered, so scanned in the FSS. See, like there is someone who scanned these just these 3 planets. All the other planets have been discovered by me, as you can see, and there is 67 in total of them, including 2 water worlds. And whoever went by just didn't see that there were water worlds and didn't bother to map them. Oh, okay. So sorry, I thought you meant exploration-wise. I mean, if you were saying to hit to disperse, you would need to be far from the main star. The planet seems to be 4,000 light seconds away from the star. Is that enough distance for such a thing to happen? That's a great question, but it goes beyond my knowledge of ice giants. I know a little bit of them, but not that much. Let me think about it. So I know that Earth is about 8 light minutes from the Sun. So that is 480 light seconds from the Sun, on average, of course, and roughly. But the Sun is a G-type star. This one is a K-type star, which means it's colder. No, it is a G-type star. I thought it was a K. Well, never mind then. It is a G-type star, so it's kind of like the Sun. It has 0.9 solar masses. Surface temperature is just barely cooler than the Sun. The Sun is about 5,700 kelvins, so only 300 kelvins cooler. So no, I'm gonna say no because this is still pretty close. I mean, planets like Jupiter, which are gas giants, are pretty far away from the Sun. Probably they are starting to be in the neighborhood of a few thousand light seconds, I'm gonna say. Not exactly sure, never did the math, but it's gonna be a few AUs, so 2,000-3,000 light seconds at least. But again, planets are known to interact with each other gravitationally to change and modify their orbits. So there is a chance that this planet might have formed way out, and then by gravitational interaction with these other large planets, it migrated in. I know Elite is just a simulation, so it gets things wrong sometimes, but I'm still curious. And that is an absolutely valid question, you know, if in fact, I'm gonna show you something because I think it's really cool. So it is called the Grand TAC model. And let me see if they have an animation. No, they don't have an animation. There has to be an animation somewhere. Here. This... I think this is only a still image. Feel free to use any of these movies. So this is a movie. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it and go all the way to the beginning. So this is a simulation of the very early solar system. And so at the center there will be the sun. And these are, I think, respectively, I think this is Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, and Uranus. And so this model is gonna go through time. This is again at the very beginning of the solar system. And basically, the Jupiter and Saturn kind of migrate in the solar system and then suddenly migrate out. And basically, so this is actually Jupiter. I'm pretty sure this is Jupiter, migrates in towards the center of the solar system. And then Saturn kind of follows through, kind of follows behind a little bit. But then at some point, they kind of get super close together and then go out again in their orbits. And these are either Uranus and Neptune or the other way around. And then those orbits then expand far away. And this is basically only due to gravitational interactions between the planets as they orbit. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And so basically, as these planets interact, they can change their orbit. And that is also why probably we get some comets in the inner solar system. We get some asteroids that look kind of funny because they used to be very far out in the solar system and have been kicked in. So they have a completely different composition. They used to contain a lot of ice, but as they moved towards the inner solar system, they let's say that they lost all their ice, and what was left behind was the other material that did not sublimate away. So this is called, again, the Grand Tack model or Grand Tack hypothesis. And it's one of the many hypotheses of the formation of the very early solar system. And you can read a lot if you want, if you're curious. There's Wikipedia pages, there's many articles, also some that are better explained for the general public, or if you're interested in the details, you can dive right in. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. In fact, that's why I'm liking this game so much, because I discovered it kinda by chance. Well, I've heard of it many times, but I always thought, well, it's just one of the many space games. Do I really want to play it? Maybe not. But then I learned, okay, it's a one-to-one representation of the galaxy that tries to be realistic. And then I learned that it has, stellar spectral types. What kind of game goes through all the hoops to get stellar spectral types? And so I was like, okay, maybe this game has a good chance to be good from a scientific point of view. And so I started playing it, and I was like amazed, like this is so great. So anyway, I was here mapping this planetary system, but looks like everything has been mapped already. I don't see any atmosphere, which means no biologicals. So I'm kind of tempted to go check out this water giant. I'll go. It's my first one, so you'll have to forgive me, but I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like from close up. And then, you know, once I see it, probably the next few ones I won't bother too much. And while we wait in our trip, I can certainly answer your questions. So how far towards the core have you been? Not very far at all. In fact, the closest I've been was potentially in the bubble. Because the first time I went down here, which is, if anything, farther away from the core, maybe roughly the same distance, because I just wanted to check out, you know, the area between these two arms. That was my first trip outside, and then I came back. I did some engineering, the usual material farming, that kind of stuff. And then I started this trip. I've been playing this game for only 2 months, and you know, it was winter break. I didn't play too much, so I'm still super new to this game, really. I've only explored what 1,000 systems. How many do I visited? 1,200 system, 1,300 system. So I'm super new, super beginner. Only found a few new things, nothing crazy, and you can see the stats there. But I'm here just to have fun, right? So this is what happens when I get distracted. I guess I got lucky that I didn't crash into anything. Should have paid attention to where I was going. I overshot the planet, but so I'm going to finish this trip. I'm pretty close to the end, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go back to the bubble, sell my exploration data, hopefully reach elite status, and then I'm gonna start again a new exploration trip, and that time I will go towards the core. Well, first I will go to Colonia because I've never been there, so why not? But then the next time I will go to, you know, right after Colonia, I will probably go towards the core, maybe taking a little bit of detour. But that's what I'm gonna do. I should get a little bit closer though, because otherwise the probes are gonna take forever. It's all good. I recently moved out to Colonia. There you go. I'm just taking my time, exploring around. If I keep liking this game, I think I will try to... I need to focus here for a second. It's 12 probes, so I'll do 4 and 4 probably. Okay. Something like this. May not get it right, but because I'm not really used to map big planets. There we go. So, you know, if I still like this game in a few weeks, couple of months maybe, I think I'll start doing a big trip of the entire galaxy. Maybe going around all over the place. And, you know, so I may really spend like weeks or months out in the black without ever coming back. 3,000 hours. Wow. I think I have maybe 200. I don't even know, honestly. Here. It has to be... Wait. Can't even remember. Is it here? stats. It's somewhere here in the stats. Exploration. There you go. 2 weeks playing. 2 weeks is 14 times 24. Well, 250? No, it's not 250. Yeah, it is about 250, I guess. 336, okay, way more than 200. 300 hours. I'm, by elite standards, I know I'm still a beginner here. Anyway, next system. And I've asked this before, and I tried to Google it, but at this point I'm not even sure if there is a way. Like when I target a planet, right, and I go to it, and then I want to go back to my original route, is there a faster way, simpler way than cancel the route and restart the route? Or do I just have to do this all the time? Because I tried to Google it up and I found some people that said, no, there is no way. And some other people who said, well, if you do it this way, but it was a method that took even longer. So I was like, no, I'm just gonna do this. So if you know a faster way to do that, I welcome your suggestions. Yes. Yeah, basically, I'm on a route through planetary systems, through various stars, and I just want to go back to my original route after visiting a planet. Yes, you can. Then I'm all ears on how to do it without having to cancel the route.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping complete.
Okay. I guess target within the system, so maybe the star. There's nothing else in this system, so I guess it has to be the star. Well, I'm gonna do it, because that is usually what happens. Then go to the left panel. Left panel in navigation. You mean here or in the galaxy map? Go up and then what will be? In your cockpit. Oh, okay. Right. Here. Navigation, go up, and the one at the bottom will be a galaxy with a little route. Oh, wait, you mean this? Oh, I guess this one. Right icon, if you select that, you can... Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. That makes things so much easier. Wonderful.
4, 3, 2,
Oops. Sorry about that.
system scan complete. Fuel scooping.
See, that's exactly
Scooping complete.
where a more experienced player comes in handy. Otherwise, there's a good chance it might have taken me the 3,000 hours to to learn how to do it. Discover it by pure chance.
Drive charging.
I yonked it, right? Yes, okay.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So how was your day? Hopefully wasn't as long and tiring as mine.
Scooping.
But other than experience, what? Um, well, you knew something more than me, so I don't know if you want to call it experience or not. I'm not sure I have a big brain. That might be just experience, as you say it, as you put it. Okay, there's something that has not been mapped here, so I'm gonna do it. Maybe I should have moved out a little bit, but I'll take it.
System scan complete.
Or maybe everything was mapped. Anyway. Too bad this was... That's cool. I knew that. I knew that. And you couldn't land on planets. Apparently. I kinda want to land here. You know what? I ain't gonna visit this one. Don't see many close-in planets with rings. So I'm curious. I look like the on-foot stuff though, truly absolute skill. Yeah. I was at first I didn't have the the Odyssey expansion, I guess, and I was a bit hesitant to get it because it was like, all right, if it is just about going on foot, not too interested. But then I started seeing some people playing on foot, and I was like, well, that looks cool. And I'm a geologist, so geologists like to be on foot, and explore outcrops and check out the landscape. So I was like, yeah, I'll check it out, and I'm glad I did because I like it. It's really cool. It's a good way to alternate and break off from the exploration side, the space side of things. Because otherwise, as you say it, like, I kind of tend to, you know, to get bored a little bit. So, whoops, too fast. Still make this mistake sometimes. You're right. Yep, you're right. You know what? I think I'll land on this because I want to check it out, even if there's nothing of interest in it. But I still want to land on it. Okay. Well, maybe I'll get a tiny little bit closer. And there's a couple of rings, so one starts here and then I see a gap. I guess that is the gap here. That's another one, yeah. So, outer ring, gap. Wait, might have missed it. This has to be the inner ring. Yeah, okay, perfect. And then 7 probes for the planet, which means I have to go behind a little bit, probably a couple of positions. Because usually only launch 1. Then I'm gonna do 3 at the Terminator, well, not the Terminator, the Horizon. That should be enough.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Right? Okay, perfect.
Surface scanned.
Sometimes I got the 88%, 89%. But looks like this was enough. I'm kind of curious to see what's in those rings. Platinum, painite, rod plumsite. Usual stuff. Okay. Alright. So, this is a high metal content world, but I see some white material, and it is at the pole. Is that ice? I like ice. Need to be a bit careful about the gravity, but shouldn't be an issue. I landed on quite higher gravity planets. Oh, I also need to do something that has a good view of the rings. And from the poles, they may be very low on the horizon. So I'll probably go to the very edge of this white material, which I suspect it's ice.
Orbital flight engaged.
I should have checked the surface temperatures. But it's white near the poles. It has to be ice. Could be something else though. 21G? Like landable? Oh. I'm sorry that happened. At most I've hit an atmosphere at sustained velocities while still super cruising. And I had an emergency stop there. Quite a bit of damage, but nothing crazy. And so I learned that I should be careful when approaching planets. So that's why I'm going this low, because I don't want to repeat the experience, especially right now that I have quite a bit of exploration data. Yeah, I know on foot is like 3 Gs, maybe less, 2.8, 2.7. Go a bit slow here. This is some rough topography though. Won't be easy to find a good spot, but at least we have a nice view of the rings. I also need to find something that is not much behind the mountains. So here, maybe. There's kind of a flat spot in front of it. Let's go slow, landing gear. Don't make the same mistake I made a few times. Go slow, go slow. Shouldn't be an issue though. Wait. Why is this not okay? It's flat. It's flat. Yeah, the problem is that the rings are still too much behind the mountains. But here we go. I think I'm just gonna go on foot. Nothing more. It is cold. And this looks like ice indeed. Yep. Under 37 Kelvin, yeah, that will do it. Oh, you know what? I failed to consider that this planet has no atmosphere, so lots of heat radiated to space, not kept by the atmosphere. Well, this looks nice. Kinda want to take a picture here. I'll take a quick picture. There we go. Maybe catch the galaxy. Wait, how do I do this? Don't think I can catch the galaxy and the ship and the rings all in one. Would have needed to have landed on the complete other side of the planet, I guess. But maybe something like this. Or maybe this. This is good enough, I guess. Let me see, left control. And we have a screenshot. There we go. Don't want to spend too much time on this.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright. Now, let me apply the trick you taught me. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright. Meantime, oh, you know what? Can just do maybe this instead. Oh, I guess I have my feet in the view there. I can do this though. Oh, wait. 0. Whoops. There it is. View of ship and rings, and then I need to go back to this, otherwise I'm gonna crash. Okay. Here is a game mechanic that I don't really like. The ability of doing a jump through planets, rings, you name it. I wish they, you know, they put something in the game that told you like, nope. You're going further out, so space is so dark. It is. And I'm, kinda low on the, kinda low below the galaxy orbital plane, so not many stars around either. Like, there's some here, but not that many. Alright, 3 bodies, and all 3 of them are stars. It happens. In fact, I once took a class which was in astronomy, in the astronomy department, and it was called, I'm trying to remember what it was called. Something like planetary system astronomy, something like that. It's a pretty simple name, but it was about exoplanets mostly, and how planetary systems form, how they evolve. That's how I learned, like, about the Grand TAC model, for example. That's quite a bit of bodies. And what was I gonna say? Oh yes, that it turns out by a variety of surveys from telescopes that binary star systems are possibly more common than single star systems. So this game has a lot of systems with 2, 3, 4, even 5 stars I've seen. That is actually reasonable. It's not something, out of the ordinary, actually. In fact, the statistics say that, again, yeah, binary systems might even be more common than the normal system. Well, since this has already been scanned, I don't think I'll spend too much time on this unless this has a lot of bios. 3. No. I won't bother with it. But yeah, so I like that aspect of the game as well. I guess they put some effort in trying to be realistic under that point of view as well. Not just a bunch of single stars everywhere. Only 1 star? No. Yes. Okay. It is only 1 star. I think a system I found was...
Frameshift drive
Sorry about that.
charging.
I think a system I found was a binary solar system in close proximity, and each sun had an orbiting smaller sun around it. Nice. Nice. I've seen... So, I've seen one that was 4 stars. Well, 2 or 3 of them were stars. One was a brown dwarf, which technically isn't a star, I'm told by some people,
Fuel scoping.
because brown dwarfs
System scan complete.
don't fuse
Complete.
normal hydrogen, they fuse deuterium, because they are not massive enough to fuse hydrogen, so the only thing they can fuse is deuterium. And it was... Let me think about it. Just once I'm out here. It was 1 star, so imagine 1 star here, that was a binary with another star, and this binary, these 2 binaries were in binary with a 3rd star, and these 3 stars were orbiting another star. So it was kind of a nested system of 4 stars. But I don't think all of them were actual stars. 1 or 2 of them were, I think, brown dwarfs. It was really weird to look at, and I'm pretty sure they didn't have any planets. It was just the stars. So here I am at my destination, which I had established earlier, which means I can remove the bookmark, which I don't need anymore, also because you taught me that trick, which was super handy, and I'm so grateful that he taught me that. So what I'm gonna do, since I've been for a long time down here, I'm gonna go up. And let me see. I don't want to go too far up, because otherwise it gets kind of boring. So maybe here. A-type star. I'll take it. 29 jumps. Good to me. And then from there I'll... Me neither, honestly. I don't know if it is possible. Maybe. As far as I know, yes, it is possible. But I don't know exactly how that would work. I know, though, that... You know what? I'm trying to remember here. I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure the Proxima Centauri system is 3 stars, and 2 are more massive than the 3rd one. See? The Alpha Centauri star system. So it's 3 stars, and there are 2 large stars, A and B, and Proxima Centauri, I think, is orbiting those 2 stars. Or maybe not. Alpha Centauri A is a G-type star. Alpha Centauri B is a K-type star. And then there's Proxima Centauri. Yeah, there you go. So you have Alpha Centauri A, which is a kind of a binary, I think, with B. And Proxima orbits the center of mass of these two binaries. So if you were to draw it with the Elite Dangerous way, like these two would be connected up here, and these would connect up here in the middle. The system I found had a fourth star that would connect to these three together, basically. Kind of complicated, but curious as well. Anyway. To the next system. Just the binary. Yep. Just the binary. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
Undiscovered system. Uh-oh. Okay. We are gonna spend some time here. I mean, unless the system model took some time to load up in the radar. Yeah. 55 bodies, here we go. Well, that's cool. That's pretty much what happened when I found that 67 body system. I was like, okay. Alright, far away enough. I'm stopped. I was hoping there was going to be something here. But that's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll map everything. I don't care. Maybe I'm gonna find some bios, so no complaints there. 3 geologicals, that's interesting. Also 3. Cool. I map everything, asteroids included. I don't care. Is this a gas giant? It looks like a gas giant, yeah. It is. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna take a while, so sorry about that, but sometimes there are some moons or some planets with a lot of biologicals, so never say never. Oh, right. All the moons. I was like, why nothing show? Oh, no, it's not the moons. These are the planets. Because that's the secondary star. Hopefully, if there are biologicals, they are not around the secondary star. Or if they are not too far away. I bet that. Once I found this planet. Was that a planet or a moon? I can't remember, but... What is this? Okay. That had 8 biologicals, but it was something like 300,000 light seconds away, so it took quite some time to get there. But I got a very decent amount of biological data, so... and it was fun. I found... There you go. 4 biological, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, but it's something. Which makes me think that there might be something more in this system. Because often biologicals don't go by alone. No? No? That might have been the only one. Anything else? No? Nothing. No, there is something here. Another giant. It's a lot of giants. Yes, they do. And you know what? I'm not super interested into the money. I have enough. I have a fully engineered ship, so I don't really care that much. Well, it's good to have. Why not? I mean, not saying no to some good earnings. But you know, I enjoy more the exploration aspect of it. I'm a geologist, but kind of a fun fact, I used to be better at biology than geology. But somehow I ended up being in geology anyway. 6 biologicals. Told you. They never go alone. They never go alone. I'm going there. Don't care how far away it is. Beautiful. Please tell me it's not too far away. Is there a way to see it here? Not that I see. Wait. Am I missing something? No, I don't see it. But I'm going there. I don't care. It's A8A. It's even in the main star. It's not even that far away. That's so great. Okay. Nope. Where are your friends? 1. What is this? Oh, okay. It's like Io. It's like a volcanic moon. Alright. I think this is gonna be the last moon system.
System scan.
Perfect. Okay. Lots of giants. In binaries too. I was noticing that there were some giants altogether. Okay. Ooh, I should check my poster here. So these are the biologicals with, yeah, 3 and 4. Yeah, 3 and 4. Those have to be 7, 6, and 4. Okay. Nothing of interest, so I'm not going to visit anything else except these guys. And I think I'm gonna land there, maybe scan something if I find it quick enough. And then I believe I'm going to call it a night because I was quite tired today. Oh, there you go. It's going down for maintenance, so I was gonna log out anyway. I guess, yeah, because it's yeah, it's Wednesday night, so yeah, they do that. True, but I'm greedy little bugger. Can never have enough credits. I mean, sure, like especially if you're interested in, you know, kind of building your fleet, testing out ships and setups and everything. Absolutely, by all means. It's very easy to spend a few hundred millions just on one build. Who knows? Any day they might have something new that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Like a super carrier that carries carriers, or I don't know, something that travels even farther away than carriers, combat carriers. Who knows? No, you're absolutely right. I don't have much. 500, yeah, 600 millions. I know the rebuy cost is, wait, where is it? Yeah, rebuy cost is 3 million, so I can buy this ship 150 times, 200 times. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, I've seen people running around with their carrier, so why not? Everyone plays this game, you know, in a different way. Everyone has kind of different tastes. I've seen all sorts of things. I've seen people who mine all the time, who do combat all the time, all kinds of combats. I mean, if that is something you like, I mean, I don't blame you. Honestly, I kinda gave it a thought. Because I was like, why not? Why don't I get, you know, enough credits, get a carrier, and starting to buy ships, you know, make some builds and throw everything in the carrier. And then I thought, well, if I do a build, I'm probably not gonna do much with it anyway, because all I really want to do is exploration, and I love the Great Phantom, so unless they had a new ship, I'm not gonna do anything else, I think. So this is gonna be my exploration ship for, I think, for the time being, honestly. I don't see myself really using another ship. Maybe in the future, if I really get tired or bored. There we go. Okay. I need to start to take notes here. So I have the bacterium, which is of course not in the same spot as concha, concha. I like to say concha, but most people pronounce it concha. I know that, which is in a different spot than the bacterium. Okay, and fungoida, that's fine. Osseous, same as bacterium, but I already know it's gonna be on the hills. Tubus is on the plains, I'm pretty sure. Seem to remember. Frutexa is everywhere, literally everywhere. Right? Not quite though. Seem to remember Frutexa is also on slightly hilly terrain. Can't remember. Tusok I know is on mountainous. Yeah, kind of the same as Osseous. Right? And that's it. Yeah, perfect. So the first I'm gonna do is the common stuff. So I'm gonna start with the bacterium. Alright, I definitely want dayside, and I also want a spot that is close to a bunch of concha and a bunch of everything else. So maybe I'll go down there. Yeah. Right, this was the bacterium. Yeah. I took 14 hours to jump the carrier. Sell my shit to Colonia. 100 million credits in fuel. Honestly, I wouldn't call that an issue. It's if that is what gives you excitement in a game, that is not an issue in my opinion. That's the point of the game. You have the credits, you spend them to have fun, right? 0.1 G. I wish it was a tiny little bit higher. So you're gonna see some Italian driving here. That's for sure. Because I'm already seeing this terrain is kind of rough. Which means with the low gravity, that means a lot of flying around. That is for sure. Yep. Okay. That's a nice canyon for concha, isn't it? I wonder if I'm gonna find some there. Alright. Okay, game. Load. Stabilize. It's kind of sluggish. Okay, I'm already seeing a bunch of stuff. That's the tubus. Why am I so sluggish? Do you have anything on? Nope. Alright. That's pretty weird. It's maybe the complex topography. Anyway, landing gear. I already see some grass there. So that has to be the Tusok, I bet. What? Why is he so lagging? Nope. There. There we go. Yay. I'll use the Scorpion. It's low gravity. I don't want to fly around too much. Otherwise, I'm gonna crash all the time.
Low gravity warning.
That's fine. I'm prepared. Yes, that kind of likes to suck. But I'm gonna do the tubus first. Must admit, I've been considering doing a trip to the core with a carrier to the core. I'm gonna guess you mean with a carrier. And you know, if you do, and if I'm around, maybe I'll pay a visit if I can find you. I've never seen it not to suck, a tubus like this one. It's interesting. It kinda looks like a bamboo with some plums and some tree leaves in it. Some kind of well, weird, but I'll take it. And I apologize for the sluggishness. I wonder if it is all the topography and the mountains and the plants. I'll need to tinker with the settings later on and lower something down. I'm basically everything on ultra. It's a bamboo cactus. Cactus. Yeah, pretty much. I love how they kind of mix and match some plants, some organisms to create new ones. No, okay, I cannot stand this sluggishness. Okay, let me see what I can do here. I tried to turn this down and didn't do really anything. I may need to turn this off. I think I already lowered these, yeah. Maybe the particle effects, since I'm kicking up dust. Maybe this one. Probably the terrain quality. Although I seem to remember turning these off and, well, not these off, but lowering them and... Let me see. Okay. Let's try with this. Maybe again. Maybe. Yeah. Still not great. Don't know why, but sometimes he does this. Some other times I had to basically turn it off and on again. Classic. To get it to stop. So hopefully. Is this enough? Oh, should have known. Still kinda close. Let me see. Okay. I think it's 15 minutes. Some tubes there. I think I'm gonna finish sampling the tubes. Maybe sample the Tusok on my way back. And then probably call it a night because they're probably gonna shut off everything again anyway. Shut off things anyway. So I need to log off one way or the other. Do you think they ever turn it off and on again on this? You mean the International Space Station? Or in-game space stations? Really? Still? Okay. I'm gonna take advantage of some... Okay. Oh, that's Cyanossius right there. You know what? I am... like... this is 2 meters, is at 798 meters out of 800. That needs to be far away from the previous sample. Yeah, shows it there. Like, really? Like if this was there, it would have been fine. Anyway. If you meant the International Space Station, yes, they do reset, reboot stuff, for sure. Sometimes they reconfigure entire systems. So yes, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. They do. Not all at once, and they do it very carefully, well planned ahead of time. Please, s'il vous plaît. Oh, I got it. I didn't see it. It's called the Tubus rosarium. So it's Latin. Rosarium means no, actually, I don't think it quite means like a rose. I think it means rosarium. Which declination is that? Rosarium is... I'm tempted to say it's the genitive. It's the genitive. So if it is the genitive and it's gonna be singular, pretty sure, unless it's a third declension noun. If it is a third declension noun, I have no idea because I've never studied those. But if it is one, the rosa is first declension, I'm pretty sure. But rosa, it wouldn't be... No. The genitive of rosa would be rose. So I have no idea, actually. Trying to be smart, but I'm not. And I think it means it's like a rose or with a rose. So those purple things, I think, are rose hips, and the kind of leaves are rose leaves, because rose leaves do look like that. I guess there are no rose flowers though. Anyway, probably if you put the rosarium through a translation, there's a good chance it's gonna say something completely different, but I'm pretty sure it means rose. It would be more like a rose garden or a rose gathering now. Yes, I think you're right, actually. Yes. Okay. Am I far away enough? I think so. But I'm stuck now. Here is the Italian driving. Italian roads. They look like this, pretty much. I can say I'm in Italian, so I'm allowed to speak a bit of Italy and Italians. There you go. Thank you, game. Although I'm gonna tell you, rose hips don't look like that. Because I've seen rose hips, they are more long. You've been to Rome once. Nice. Did you enjoy it? Yep, so. I've been many times. 4 or 5. You know, through the years as I grew up. A few times as I was a young kid, so I don't remember anything. Then later on, I started to remember more and more things. I visited. It was good. Tuat though was heat wave. Classic. Honestly, it's a classic, especially. I mean, even if you go kind of off season, you know, spring or fall, there's a high likelihood that you'll find hot weather there. So I feel you. I come from northern Italy, where besides being hot, it's also very humid. Kind of like many places in the southern US. I don't know if you are from the US, but I am. And, well, I live, I'm not from. But hot and humid, bad combination. I will tell you that. I think for Tusok this is good enough, so gonna try it. Okay, you're not from the US for sure. Yeah, I feel you even more now that you told me that. And you know what? Coming from northern Italy, it gets coldish. No, I'm sure not as cold as northern Sweden, but you know, it gets cold, freezing, multiple days, weeks. It stays freezing, you know, below freezing, even during the day sometimes. It snows almost every year. So I used to be, you know, a cold weather person, and I used to suffer heat a lot. But then I went to live and study in Texas. That ruined me. I turned exactly the opposite way. Now I am a hot climate person, so I tolerate heat decently. Unless it's too hot or too humid, then I mean, I don't think anyone can really tolerate it. You have to be, you have to have some special combination of genes, I think, to tolerate it. And instead I feel the cold so much more. Tussock divisa. Divisa was exactly the same subspecies of tussock that I found in the previous moon. I took samples from. It was a different color though. It was not yellow. I'll take it though. Italian driving there. Anyway, this was cool. So I think this is gonna be it for my exploration tonight. Yep. Was like negative 27, I assume Celsius, since you're European. I like that. But usually only around negative 14 winter. So here's the thing, like negative 14 is pretty much the maximum we get in northern Italy. Like the minimum, sorry, we ever get in northern Italy. So so I bet you're used to the cold and not used to the heat. Anyway, I think this is gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you so much for checking out my stream, decided to stop by. I appreciate it so much, especially because I started streaming like 2 days ago after a pause of like 2 years. Mainly it was due to, lack of time, but I always wanted to start streaming again, and then I discovered this game and I was like, this is great for the type of streaming I would like to do. It's like a little bit more informative. So thank you so much for the follow as well. I really appreciate if there is also someone else lurking. You don't have to chat. I just appreciate that you're watching together with me, hopefully having fun. You know what? Let me switch back to kind of the chat here. Unfortunately, I will be traveling for about a week, so I might have a chance to stream in a few days, but in case you don't see me for a week and you would like to check out my streams again, I'll be back. I'll be back for sure in about a week, maybe earlier though. So it's not that I decided to stop streaming. It's just that I will be traveling and won't have the means to do a streaming like this one. So thank you again for checking out. Hope you have a good rest of your day, since in